Well, this is going to be the start to a brand new show. We're going to call it On the Road with Rob. Rob Manchester is leaving New York and headed back to Georgia and headed back home with a big win in the back pocket. Congratulations, Coach, with a win over Monroe.
Well, thank you. It was a hard fought win, nasty weather, but we're glad to be coming home 1-0 with a good win against a good, you know, Monroe team. They had some good looking players out there, and we were able to finally get it going in the second half.
Had a good passing game. I think 241 yards, 3 touchdown tosses for Oliver, but you definitely offset his passing with your running game, better than 309 yards rushing as compared to 8 for them. So a big day on the ground for the Bulldogs.
Oh, it was. We finally got the ball going, running the ball in the second half, and our defense, front eight, they did a great job, on stopping the run. I know we gave up a couple three passes, but it'll be something we can work on and just got to get better in that area. But I was really proud of the way they played versus the run. We thought they had some good running backs and we were able to contain them and, had a shutout going. And then we just gave up. I think we're going to go back and look at it and just gave up some plays with our eyes and not, looking in the backfield, that kind of deal. But it was a good day.
Coach, it had to be an adventuresome trip, both up there during your stay there and now headed back home. The weather, how much of a role did it play in the play of the Bulldogs today on a rainy day in New York?
Well, I think it's always a challenge to get on the road, especially riding on a bus for so many hours. But we were fortunate enough to get out before the hurricane came in on early Friday morning. I think campus and Milledgeville, everything was just fine. Had some power outages and stuff, but some trees down. But unfortunately, got a lot of kids from the southeast Georgia area, South Georgia, that their families were impacted by the hurricane. Some trees through some houses and stuff like that. But fortunately, nobody, everybody was safe. Nobody got hurt. Just some structural damage. But we were feeling for those guys, as we were traveling up here. But it was good. It was a good trip up, and we just got to figure a way out to come out a little bit faster, when we get off the bus. But really proud of the way the defense played, and then at the end of the day, the way we came through, and I think we held up our average of 40 points or so a game, and we're able to run them all, kind of impose our will in the second half.
Got to ask you about two guys. Let's start with Keenan Phillips. Leads the NJCAA with 11 touchdowns, a 3 TD day today. Big day for Phillips.
He did. He ran the ball well. I know, him, Traquan, and Trayvon, all three of them did a really good job. Keenan's, he's got a knack for finding the end zone, and he did a really good job today. All three of them. I know they were probably a little upset because of some turnovers, but they were flying around. Monroe was on defense, and we were able to. They were able to get a couple fumbles, but for the most part, we did a pretty good job in sudden change defensively. They got a pretty good stable of running backs back there.
And I got to mention the kicker, Perez, kicked his first field goal of the year, 36-yarder with about 9 seconds to play in the first half. One missed extra point all year long. It's been a good year for your kicker.
It really has. Thought he did a good job kicking off today as well. He had the missed opportunity there early, but really don't think it was on him. It was a high snap, and we got to make sure we get a better snap for him, because when we do, I think he can make them, from a lot of different places. So really proud of him.
Coach, congratulations on the win, 5th of the year. We're hoping somebody ahead of you loses. I think everybody has won thus far, but Kilgore is playing as we speak. Safe trip home, and we'll see you next weekend in South Carolina.
Sounds great. I appreciate it. This is a new deal here. Pretty neat.
For sure. Like I say, it could be the start of a new show. Who knows?
All right. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks.